All right. Okay. Kingsley Cowden, you broke it. You broke the breathing stream. Thank you. Hi. How are you? I was literally here for about 3 minutes straight, breathing into the damn microphone, making eye contact. In the first, I would break it once someone said something. So thank you. You relieved me of the prison that I put myself into. Appreciate that. Well, it is midnight here in small town USA in the central time zone here in America. And man, it was wild yesterday, wasn't it? Chuck Norris, the legendary Chuck Norris, has sadly passed away. And God, is it insane when someone passes away and right away you go on Twitter or something and you see people already talking shit? Like, I saw an article about someone saying how should we really feel bad about him passing because he was problematic in his past? And you look at the author of this, and it's some chubby, like, nerdy guy that's probably never left the basement of his parents' house ever. And it's like, who the frick? I've got to be family friendly here. Who the frick are you to even say anything? You are nothing. You are a loser. You got a job at some magazine rag, and here you are. Was Chuck Norris really a bad? Was he really that great? Yeah. Okay. Oh God. Get a job, unk. Yep, it's crazy. Yep, it is. TS does not pay the bills. Ugh. Roy's 8664. Nice bait, but that's all right. I am streaming on my own. I don't expect a single cent from this. I'm doing this for fun, all right? I know some people do other things for fun too, like hiking a trail. Maybe when I go hike a trail next time, I'll tell, hey, how about you get a job, dude? No, it's all good. Hope you're having a great night regardless, Royce. And oh, here's come the classic "Are you circumcised?" Questions. I've noticed this whenever I go live. Random people, not subscribed, not anything, will just come in and start asking stupid questions. I mean, it's not really stupid, but it's just kind of like, who cares? I'm like, I'm not single, you know. Unless I'm dating you, why would you care? You know. And I get it. You know, I was a teenager once. I used to be wild on the internet, on MySpace, back in the MySpace days. A lot of you probably don't know what MySpace even is. I know it. I've been there, guys. But listen, you know, there is life after that. And you're going to look back on it and feel like, oh, man, I was kind of a prick. But no, I get it. Everyone has to have their time, you know, doing that kind of stuff. I get it. I get it. I need a haircut. Okay, sure. If you say so. Oh man, I love it though, dude. Keep going on, Mr. Palad. You are one of my subscribers, Kingsley. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with me. You know, lots of more videos ahead. A lot of soda reviews I still got to go through, but there's going to be a whole lot more fun things ahead. Yeah, so anyways. Mr. Pallid, you're in your 80s? I'm sure. You wouldn't be on a live stream. You'd be all like, I don't know, playing bingo somewhere later. Or Saturday night. If you're in your 80s, you need to be asleep, man. Or maybe you're in China or something. I don't know. I'm playing along with you, bro. Because I remember when I was a kid and I was shit posting on MySpace, people that wouldn't say anything back, I'd be like, oh, they're not having fun. I'll be that person to play along with you, okay? I get it. I get it. Uh, Ben's gonna blade. No, it's still funny now. Damn, I'm so far ahead in the conversation. I forget what was even being talking about. Uh, remember customizing my homepage on MySpace? Nate Smith said, "Oh God, yeah." I remember putting Faith No More's "Caffeine" live. Faith No More, the band, the song "Caffeine," and they played live at some like shitty MTV uh, episode, and they were playing to like all these teenagers that were just there to fill up the thing. They didn't even know who Faith No More was, and they just screwed with the crowd. They screwed with MTV, and the production assistants would be telling them, "Hey, this is going a little too loud," and they'd be like, "Oh, really? Let's go back and play more," because it was live too, I think, at that point. And yeah, it was a good time. So I would take that video and embed it in my MySpace thing. Yeah, so edgy, man. I remember one time I took a dump. I took a photo of the turd and I posted that straight up on MySpace. And it was up for a couple days and someone flagged it. Which I didn't think, like, really? That's not that crazy of a thing. I've seen worse on MySpace, but someone flagged my turd and took that photo down. Good times. Let's see. Ben's gonna blade, especially with it being live. LOL. Love your Pepsi collection in the background, Paul Kim says. Thanks. I've got a lot. I definitely have a lot. Where's the mustard? This isn't a hot dog or anything. This is actually a strawberry shortcake snack cake. Just trying to finish these off. So DW, no, it's not a chili dog burrito. Ozzy 481. I don't know why YouTube hid your comment, bro, but Ozzy, I'm gonna show it. Hit show. Damn, now I want a Little Debbie. Yeah, I mean, I will say the strawberry shortcake Little Debbie snack cakes, S tier kind of stuff, brother. Because look at all that strawberry jam they pack it. So you get a nice tangy and then sweet with the cream mixture in there. There's more of the sweet cream in the back. Are they about to cancel Little Debbie? I don't think so. I think Little Debbie's still going strong. Kinsley Cowden, they are delicious. Yes, they are. I will say they are up there with the they're in the same shape. Why am I not thinking of it now? Not Suzy Q's. What the hell are they? Not Ho-Ho's. Swiss rolls. That's what they are. Swiss rolls are also S tier stuff. Hold up. Oh, God. That was good. I ate a lot of crap today, guys. I feel guilty. You may not see it now. Maybe you may see. I got a little bit of a gut. But was it worth it? Oh, hell yeah. Damn right it was worth it. Let's see. What did I eat today? What was in my diary of food today? Well, besides that Swiss strawberry shortcake, Hostess Little Debbie thing, 2 cups of coffee, which really wasn't much. 2 cups of coffee I had. Went to First Watch. If you don't know what First Watch is, it's like a brunch, lunch, breakfast kind of place. It's one of those places that open at like 7 in the morning and they close at 2:30. And you could get brunch, breakfast, lunch type of stuff. I wound up getting the Dolce Leche strawberry French toast. That's like a seasonal thing on the menu. It was It's pretty damn good. And my wife, she got this like steak potato bowl kind of thing with an egg in it and cheese and peppers. So she got the savory, I got the sweet, and we kind of mixed mash. So had that, and then we went to the mall and I got a red velvet latte from Gloria Jeans, which is like a pretty much an unknown coffee shop in America. But there's, I think what the guy told me, 900 locations worldwide. So not that many, but there is one in the mall where I'm at. And I had the large red velvet latte. It's frothy, it's sweet, it's enjoyable. Ah, yeah, so good. Kinsley says, when I first came to this live, I was like, who this dude just breathing in the mic? Yeah. I like to experiment with things. I like to mess around. I like to have fun, you know. Instead of just being a regular person getting on here, hey guys, what's up? You want to hang out? I like to be a little bit left field. That's how I was when I worked in radio. When it came to, like, okay, say you're a radio station and you have businesses in the area wanting a commercial made for their business, the commercials would come in and the manager would divvy up the commercials, be like, okay, hey, Blake, you got a commercial for this roofing company. And they want it to be very funny and creative. Now, sometimes they would give you like uh, assignments to where, hey, here's a pool company. You need to do a commercial, but just do it straight laced, just reading regularly. But most of the time, I would get all the commercials where they wanted something that was very theatrical, something out in left field. So that was my expertise, and that's what I do here on YouTube as well. So. Um, Definitely made the radio station a lot of money. Did I even get a fraction of that? Hell no. I got paid dirt. I got paid nothing. It made me think I need to get into the owning a radio station business, but my grandpa doesn't own anything. My grandpa didn't leave me anything. Yeah. All right. I guess I'm not going to do that. I'll own my little corner of hell here on YouTube and call it a day. So that's what I do. Prince Groove, soup, bro. I think you meant sup, bro. But hey, what's up, dude? Glad to see you back on the stream, yo. I gotta stay hydrated, man. So, how are you all doing on this lovely Friday night slash Saturday morning? Hope you all are doing well. Hope this live stream is meeting you well. If you are sick and you're watching this, get some rest, man. Or lady. Drink plenty of fluids. I know there are some bugs happening out there. There's a lot of nasty, nasty stuff out there right now as far as like illnesses and flus and stuff. Ugh. Ex Churches asks, "Are you a Christian?" I believe in God, but I am not a Christian. I have a lot of friends who are Christians, and they're always wanting to turn me on to Christianity and going the way. And I appreciate the offer, but I grew up celebrating Christmas and Easter and all that stuff, and I'll still attend Christmas stuff and do all that. It's not like, ugh. Kinsley Cowden says, WTF, uh, corner of hell no. Hell is high school. Kinsley, hi, hi, hi. Yeah. I want to say maybe the first year, all of my freshman year, and half of my sophomore year being very scared of everything in school. Thank you so much, Prince Groove. You sent Press F. Thank you so much for the gemstones. I still need to figure out what those do, but thank you so much. Uh, Mrs. Olandra says it's called pagan religion. Joshua Tift 4640 says Christmas doesn't make you a Christian. Christmas has nothing to do with Christ. Yeah, I agree. Well, I mean, it does a little bit, just kind of like it celebrates like the birth of Christ. I don't know. I'm not a religious expert, and if you claim to be, I would hope that you have read everything. But like a lot of people that do claim to be religious experts, like they only do it to be beneficial to prove some argument more than just like actually trying to teach something. But no, I agree. Like I was thinking about this the other day because I am transferring old VHS tapes to digital. I'm doing that myself. I'm not sending it to a company. And I'm watching a lot of the old Christmas home movies we had, like from the 90s and 2000s and stuff. And I'm like, this is what I remember is waking up in the morning, opening up presents, seeing Santa, all that stuff. Not so much any of the religious aspects of it. And maybe that's the American thing. The tradition is really not, but you know, props to anybody that does celebrate Christian or Christmas in the more religious aspect. You know, it is what it is. Everyone has their own way of living and all that. And I learned definitely a while ago that you should never expect people to think and live like you do. It's a simple thing, but it, if you gotta sit there and like, he shouldn't be doing that. They shouldn't be doing this. They need to like, bro, you're gonna drive yourself crazy and insane, and you're just gonna be looking like not a fun person to be around, really. So, anyways, let me look. Let me look here. Lots of people. Easter is a pagan feast. John, no, it doesn't. X Churches says you're always going to feel broken without a culture. I ran from it too. You need real people in your life, not digital friends. Just because I'm online doesn't mean that all my friends are online. I have a lot more friends in real life. I'm just the one person out of my group of friends that feels like they should contribute elsewhere besides the group and bubble. So I'm just the outlier that, hey, pops in every once in a while on the internet, and that's it. I know a lot of people that are broken and all their friends are online, and that is it. And that is sad, but I think that is how a lot of the newer generation, like, look, I'm a millennial, all right? And I'm in my 30s. I know a world before the internet. I know a world where if you needed to make a phone call, you got to go to your friend's house or your nearest friend's house or find a payphone. So it's like I'm equipped with having the power to make friends outside of the internet for quite some time. So yeah, I feel actually very complete. That's the one thing I've noticed when it comes to a lot of Christians, and no disrespect, is they feel like for them they feel complete because of religion, and they found God, but they feel like everyone else uh, isn't until they feel the same exact way, which you shouldn't. I don't know. Like, don't. Everyone has their own version of feeling complete, and sometimes it's not religion that makes them feel complete. Sometimes it's just simply waking up and being able to breathe properly, or not being blind, or being able to hear, or just being able to walk. Um, so yeah, there's that. Uh, Prince Groove says Christmas is a mishmash of pagan, Roman, and Christian customs. Tammuz was born on December 25th. Me searching up your name to watch your content. I forgot it's so long. Kaylee Cowden. Yeah, Industrial Industries World Radio is not the best name to use, but if you just search DJ Glowing Ice, it's always tied with the channel. It will pop up. It's in tags. It's in everything. I will pop up. Or you search Crystal Pepsi, search history of McDonald's. You will see the 3.9 million view documentary pop up. That's me as well. So you'll be able to find me in a lot of other ways. But sadly, yeah, I really kind of like burned myself early on naming this channel Industrial Industries World Radio. And I've had people tell me, you need to name it something else. But I'm like, I've kind of already established that's what it is. And there is a deeper meaning behind the name, why it's that. But it is what it is. So. But thanks, Kinsley. Thanks for loving my content. I appreciate that. Joshua Tift says Easter comes out of Babylon. It was called the Feast of Ishtar. Okay. I worked with a lady named Ishtar at Toys R Us back in like 2006. She was a nice lady. Prince Groove, America over commercialized it. Yeah. That's Prince Groove's talk about Christmas being over commercialized. I mean, that's what America is. America is a machine that is, a lot of people are overworked. A lot of people are, you come to this country to just really work hard. And if you're born into it, the hustle mentality is embedded in you, from the very start. It's like, once you're born, you go to school, and you got to do good in school, and you go to college. Why do you go to college? To get a good job. Why you get a good job is to be able to actually live and, do all this stuff. And why do you also get a good job to live so you can build a family? So when you have that family, when you retire, you have things to do with that said family and watch your family grow, and, the whole deal. But I realize in a lot of other countries, it's not pushed that much. There's a lot more relaxation in other countries. But then again, other countries don't have more advanced things as well. So it's like, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. But when it comes back to over-commercialized stuff in America, it's like, yeah, everything needs to be made to generate some type of money. And that, I think about Coca-Cola, and they're the ones, when you think of Santa Claus, you think of a big fat man in a red hat and a suit and the sleigh and the reindeers and all that. It's like Coca-Cola made that image happen. Now, granted, Santa Claus and that whole deal existed way before Coca-Cola, but Coca-Cola basically standardized how everyone sees Santa Claus at this moment, and it was used as a marketing thing. So, yeah. Anyways. Christopher NV9XY, what's the biggest animal you could take in a fight? I wouldn't want to fight an animal. I'd try to pet it. Or give it a treat. I'd give it that strawberry shortcake, Little Debbie. But then again, that'd be bad. Joshua Tift, I'm 57 and gave up on family and friends. Hey, man, it is what it is. Sometimes if family did you wrong or friends have done you wrong, and your own company is the best thing that's ever happened to you, so be it. Sometimes family is overrated. Sometimes friends are overrated. Do I say that for myself? Absolutely not. I love, not my entire family, but certain people in my family. And I've lost a lot of friends over the years. And that's just, that naturally happens as you get older. Sometimes friends are there for a certain part of your life to help you get to the next stage. And then once you get to that next stage, it's not like you're saying sayonara to them, but you kind of just don't uh, relate to them anymore, and things just fall behind. Either they get into a different phase of their lives and you, or whatever. But there are those select few that you do have, hopefully you do, um, that you should always stay with forever and ever. And if they don't call you, call them. That's also a problem that I have. Sometimes I feel like, oh, they haven't called me, so why would I call them? It's like, maybe be the bigger person. It's like, I know. You kind of feel like, please, can I have an ounce of your time? Hey, man, what's up? Hey, dude. Don't be like that. Just be like, hey, so what's going on? Yo, haven't heard from you in a while. Maybe give them a little shit about, hey, what you been doing, Mr. Big Shot? Huh? You been making deals? You in New York City in your suit? You pull the sleeve from your suit to check your watch there, your Casio watch, your Rolex, You've been making moves too busy for little old me. Uh, just give them a little shit and then, go along with your day. Kinsley says, me searching up your name to watch your content. Why is it so long? I forgot it, but I love your content. Oh, okay, I stay away from people because of my faith. So yes, that's true. Yeah, I mean, hey, if that's your prerogative, Kinsley, hey. Overworked and underpaid. Yes, that's sure. Christian Devo says it's a scam, bro. Create passive income. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying. I mean, YouTube is it's not like a big thing, it definitely doesn't pay any bills, but I've got some irons in the fire when it comes to music and everything else, but it's just about you got to have that one connection. And when you live in the Midwest and everyone else around you is like a bricklayer or an auto mechanic, uh, what are you gonna do? Hey, I got some music. Send this to your auto mechanic buddies. Like, you're not, you got to move to New York or LA or even a big city up north in Chicago, and maybe you may come across somebody that could put you in the right ways. But even then, it's like it's a big chance. So I'm trying to though. Joshua Tiff said, more like overtaxed dollar. Got to see you later. Okay, Kinsley. See you later. Peace out. Christian Devo says, everything is a scam. Stay humble and stay in your front yard. Yeah, I mean, I mean, staying humble, not getting a big head over anything is definitely key. Like, I've seen people that will get, like, when it comes to the internet and all this stuff is fake. Like, in the grand scheme of things, like, that's why early on when I made this channel, I didn't want to show my face. I mean, not because I'm ugly or anything. Well, some women may think I'm ugly only because I let them down. I broke their heart. They didn't think I was ugly when they were trying to get at me. But that's a different story. But I didn't want to show my safe face because I didn't want my face to be the focal point of the content. I wanted the content to be the focal point. But humans will want to correlate a face to the content. And if you've ever seen this, if you've ever seen the numbers on videos, when you see just a random thumbnail of a hot chick on there, it doesn't matter what the content is, it's going to have a lot of views. People are going to click on it because it's just easy to the thing. Now, it could be, whatever it is, but looks mean so much. And that's why I was like, I don't want to show my face because I want to talk about whatever, Coca-Cola or something. So but at a certain point, it was like necessary to show my face. So now it's just become, okay, well, this channel is me, but also I'm not the person. I'm not the videos. All right. I'm just here to assist. My face is in the videos to assist. But there are some people that will see their channels grow, whatever, even with 1,000 subscribers, and be like, whoa, people like me now. People really think I'm cool. And it's like, no, not like, people like the content, but they'll getting a big head about it and think they're a star all of a sudden. And they'll go around, and any person they meet is like, hey, I got a YouTube channel. Yeah, I'm kind of big. Like, calm it down. We're all proud of you. It's a big thing to get 1,000 subscribers. You get it, you put time in, whatever. It's not that big of a deal to get 1,000 subscribers now. Like, when I started this channel, shorts weren't a thing. TikTok really wasn't a thing yet. But like shorts, like you could get big off of YouTube shorts, but YouTube shorts is like junk food for the brain. It just contributes more to brain rot. And that's what a lot of people will say, hey, you want to get big? Like, I've seen YouTubers that have like 2 long form videos, and they've only like got a couple handful of hundreds of views, but then they got shorts where it's just like memes that they stole from other pages, and they splashed it up on their channel, and it's got thousands upon thousands of likes and millions of views, and they rack up subscribers really quick. But do you feel fulfilled doing that? I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't feel so. Wouldn't you want to like build a channel from scratch and really have like actual substance and real thoughts and some content to it that someone could leave and be like, oh, I learned something new from this channel, this video? But there's a lot of empty YouTube channels out there where it's just like that. And that's a problem these days, is like a lot of AI channels, a lot of, stolen content channels. Like I literally the other day, like, if you're not a YouTuber and you don't post things, there's a part in YouTube Studio where you could see if someone took your video and put it on their page. And I saw one guy took a video of mine that was, I unboxed a Nintendo 3DS, and I showed, the startup screen and how to play it and everything. And they didn't add anything different to it. It was literally just 100% my video. They put it on their channel, and they got like 4.7 thousand views from it. And I could easily go after them, but I feel like I I don't know. What is that gonna do, really? Like, is it gonna? Because chances are some other channel is gonna do it. You know, all signs will always point to my channel being the original thing, because I know it's mine. I own the damn thing, so it's not gonna be like, hey, you know, I'm claiming it's mine, but it really is his. It's like, it is mine. And I see other people ripping footage of other things from my videos, and I don't ever go after anybody, um just simply because they're not going to get as much traction as the original video. So I'm just like, hey, go ahead, steal my stuff. You look like a big dummy where you have this big, huge, nice video with 2 subscribers, and no, it's just silly. The internet is a funny place sometimes. But anyways, let me catch up with everybody's chat. Sorry, sometimes I go on a rant. Uh, let's see here. Christian Devo says, I stopped talking to all family. They're self-centered and wouldn't save me out of a burning building. Hey, man, if that's the way to do it, What was that? I think it was in Deadpool where Ryan Reynolds' character, Deadpool, says family is the F word, is his F word. So, Joshua Tift, my friend mostly passed away. I think he meant friends. Yeah, it's sad, man. It's there's definitely an epidemic out there. A lot of young people, younger people, that are passing away unfortunately early. So it's sad. Lots of people only know control, not genuine connection. I've always been a loner though, Joshua Tift says. I like my personal time. Yeah, same. I definitely like I could only handle being around a big group of people for only so long. Then I got to get like in this room, take a few deep breaths, get away from the noise. And I don't know if it's a sensitivity thing where I can't handle just being around so many people and witnessing all the things that they are doing, and like I can't get tunnel vision and just focus on the thing I'm doing. Like it's not cuz I'm nosy, it's just like there's too much energy happening in this area. I need to go away. Not because I have social anxiety, cuz that is definitely not the case, but it's just like too much happening, you know? So I get it. I absolutely get it. Let's see. Christian Devos. I'm ready to find my tribe. I was alone for the longest. I gotta get a drink of water here. And I understand myself more now. I'm good to go there. There are people out there for me. That's the right attitude to have. And trying to make connections with people is hard. It's not like the movies. It's not like the TV shows where everyone gets along and all that. I remember when I was in school, it's like you kind of, I don't know, you kind of have to, not necessarily like become a copy of a certain group of people to be a part of them, but you kind of have to compromise some of your thoughts and things that you do, quirks that make you unique to become part of a bigger thing. So that's hard to do, especially if you're a strong-willed, independent person. If you're a strong, independent, if you're a big, strong, independent woman, but I've learned that like being an outcast is liberating if you let it be. Like if you drag yourself down and think the only way you have worth is being accepted by everybody, then you are always going to be feeling horrible because you're always going to be looking at someone else for approval instead of just approving yourself. And it's a lonely way to be because if you do that, yeah, you are going to be um, an outsider, but there are other people just like that, and that's how I met a lot of my friends. Cause, and this is how I met a lot of my friends. Say you have a joke, and you say that joke to people that you could be potential friends, and they look at you. That's a little. Hey man, that's a little too much. Hey man, that's a little too much. All right, they're not gonna be your friends. You say that joke to another person, and they laugh their ass off. Simple as that. That's how you find your friends. They're just like-minded like you. Most of your friends are going to be in the same situation as you. Same like it's sad, but they're going to be in the same kind of class as you. Lower class, middle class, upper class, whatever. You're going to be able to relate with people that are in your same kind of strain. And I wish it wasn't that way, but that's what I've kind of thought about and figured out because some of the friends I have lost along the way were people that maybe got into a higher class or maybe, they hit it big somewhere and made more money and they just you can't relate to them anymore. So relatability is definitely a huge factor when it comes to finding friends. So I just wish you guys all the luck. If you are feeling lonely out there, don't give up. There are great people out there. And if you can't find anybody at the moment, just be your own friend. Like the Bloodhound Gang song, My Only Friends Are Make Believe. And he says, I'm my best friend too. I share the same views and hardly ever argue. Eat Spam from the can, watch late night C-SPAN, and rock out to old school Duran Duran. Your best friend is you. I'm my best friend too. Yeah, you gotta, um, repeat that. So, and, hey, when you are that unique, sometimes you feel like if you were to hang out with people, you are wasting your time. I got that in my early 30s. I would get invited to go hang out with people. And it feels good to be wanted, to be hanging out with people, and it feels good to be like, "Hey, this person thinks I'm good enough to want to be with and hang out with them." But I started feeling like I'm not gonna I'd much rather be by myself. I would have a far better time just being by myself. Chill at home, order some pizza, watch some Beavis and Butthead, play video games, hang out with my dog, hang out with my cat, go walk it like because when you start hanging out with somebody, you gotta always ask them, "Hey, what do you want to do?" "Hey, man, I'm feeling like wanting to go to Wendy's right now," and sometimes they're gonna say, "No, I don't want Wendy's. I want the," and it's like, damn it. Now, if I was alone, I could do whatever I want. So that's what I was feeling like towards my like late 20s, early 30s. That's how I felt. So sometimes like friends and hanging out can be definitely not like the funnest as you would expect. Joshua Tiff says, if my family calls me, I know they are planning on asking me for money. Yeah, that's sad. And yeah, I just say, yeah, about that. Ooh, hey, I was about to call you and ask you for money. Hey, funny you called because I was about to ask you. I'm kind of on hard times too. Do the old switcheroo. That's like when I'm in the city, any big city or whatever, and some guy will come up and ask me for a couple dollars. I'll always do, hey man, I was just about to ask you the same thing. And they say, oh, hell no. And they walk away. Yeah, good times. Joshua Tiff says, no, don't move to New York. Growing up in New York was crazy, I am sure. Christian Devo says, LMFAO. Joshua Tiff says, well, that was a good idea. Wouldn't show my face either. My face isn't something to look at. False advertisement. Joshua Tiff says, if I see huge gazongas, I click. We are all men. Guilty as charged. Ballin'. Stupid thumbnails give that shock value and drives clicks and views. So lame. Miss old YouTube. I do too, man. I do too. I miss the YouTube where it wasn't monetized. Like people would literally post videos up because they wanted to post videos up. Do you remember those days? Those were the good old days. Is that the Brooklyn Bridge on my shirt? Yes, it is. Good call. I got this shirt at JCPenney like in 2011. I actually bought two of them. I got a medium and a small size. I thought I got medium both because I was buying one for my brother too because he wanted it, but I got a small and I don't think he fit a medium, so I'm stuck with a medium and a small Brooklyn Bridge shirt from JCPenney I got for sale. So I kind of just dig it. Kind of has a cracked vintage look naturally here and there. And just like, it's a good neutral shirt. It doesn't have a band on it. It doesn't have like some weird saying. It's just kind of like, yeah, it goes with anything. It's like an REM song or, what's like Billy Joel is a safe, like type of music to put on. It's like boring. It sucks, but it goes with anything. No one's gonna really like, say, oh, this is too offensive or anything. So, yeah. Ballin415. What's up, Ballin415? I haven't seen you before. Glad to have you on. You say, miss the authenticity of kids just goofing off, being wholesome, but most importantly, being themselves on YouTube. That's all been gone. Yeah, I've noticed like a lot of kids like brought up growing up with the internet just always being there. Like they gamify YouTube. Like they're like, okay, what's the right thing to put in that will generate clicks, and what's this, and then the video is just like just slop. There's like nothing to it that is original or anything. It's just slop, and it's just like it's like YouTube at this moment is so bloated. And I love YouTube. Like it's just you gotta weed through a lot of the trash now to find something decent. And I feel like this is what like I can't wait to finish doing all these soda reviews. Now I like to feel like I bring something original to the table every single time I review something, because I'll tell a story about how I got the soda or the history behind the soda or something. But even myself, I feel like am I putting out something that is completely original? And I'm like, a million people have reviewed whatever, Pepsi Zero Sugar or whatever. But I always, like, before I do the review, I gotta think, how can I spin this where it's different than other food reviewers? But I say I can't wait to finish all the soda that I have piled up to review. I can't wait to finish that so I could get on to even more, to get onto more original stuff that I have like a list of stuff that I've been wanting to do for years now. But all the soda reviews, the whole reason why I want to do all the soda reviews is to just have a catalog of soda reviews, so people could ever look up something, at least they will find me reviewing it. So they'll know from an average person, that isn't paid by Pepsi or Coca-Cola or whatever company, will say, hey, this sucks, or hey, this is actually good. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm just recording them all so the catalog is built, and then I can move on to the really good stuff that I want to do in the very near future. Hopefully by this summer I will be tapping into the crazier stuff that I've been wanting to do. And also, speaking of friends, I am so excited about one good friend finally moving back to the area so we could collab a lot. And he's a really sweet dude, so can't wait for that to happen. Joshua Tiff says there's a lot of card reading channels. That creeps me out. Card reading is dumb. I block those channels all the time, Christine. Oh, hell no. Christine, oh, hell no. No, it's Christian Devos. My family hasn't called me in years, lol. Hey, if they're bad people, consider it a blessing, man. My stepmom checked in, but she was just trying to see how I felt about them. I wasn't about genuine connection. It wasn't about... Your caregivers played hot potato with you when you were a kid. I wasn't wanted anywhere for too long. Yeah, man. It's when you're young and you don't ever have a feeling of like grounded home somewhere. You don't have that place to call home. It could really mix you up. And deep sympathy to you for that. I hope you've found your place. I did also. I was put in plenty of families as a child, says Joshua Tift. Yeah, it's Duran Duran doesn't rock. I think that is the joke. That's the whole point. Bloodhound Gang is they were like the original meme rock band. They have a lot of great stuff. That's why I like them. It's like the music sounded serious, but the lyrics were just a big joke. But how they were done is very masterful. So yeah, I don't like music that takes itself too seriously. Christian Devo says, I didn't get comfortable until I was able to stay with my mom for years after a certain age. But even then, she told me every day that I was old as dirt and needed to get out. Not those exact words. Mind you, remember how my life was before that with the hot potato. Never had a home. Me neither, Christian. I never met my mom or dad. We were all taken away from home when I was 5 months old. I miss old MTV when they actually played music. Walked that bridge a number of times. That bridge was finished building in 1886. What's my favorite soda? You ever try A&M root beer? I've tried A&W root beer. Love A&W root beer. I remember my grandma lived near this auto shop at the end of the street, and the auto shop had a soda vending machine, and for 50 cents, as long as you had that 50 cents, you go down there and get an ice cold can of A&W root beer. And me and my brother would always call it a frosty can of A&W root beer, and we would always beg my mom for a couple quarters to go down there. That was like the highlight of our day during the summers in the mid-90s, was walking down from my grandma's house to that auto shop where they had the soda machine, putting in that 50 cents and getting that A&W. Man, the simple things in life. Still to this day, that sounds so damn good. I can't think of one vending machine in the area that's like outside right now that I could walk to and do that anymore. I know Walmart does, but yeah. But yeah, what my favorite soda you review? Do I review club sodas also? No, I haven't, but I need to. I will probably get into that at some point, but I will say, just based on looks and lore and how it actually tasted, my favorite soda ever is Crystal Pepsi. Now, this has yellowed. A lot of people say it looks like piss, but it's not piss. It's it's a still sealed bottle of Crystal Pepsi. But over time, with the sugar being in it, it's going to get this kind of not so clear, but kind of yellowish clear look to it from the sugar. Yeah, it does look like pee-pee. I will say that. I will say that. How old am I? 37? I'm actually 39. So, big age reveal there. You're not drinking that. No, thank you. I don't think anybody wants to. I know there are plenty of YouTubers that will drink that on a dare, and it gets good views. I have the chance to get at least a few thousand views from drinking that, but do I care? Am I that, oh, I want attention so bad. I want all these likes. I want people to see me and give me views. I'm not that hungry for views. Some people always tell me, hey, you should drink that, man. Your channel will blow up. I drank a couple years ago, I drank a bottle of Pepsi Blue from 2002. I think it got 3,000 views. You know, it had a decent amount of views on it, but it didn't do anything to make me become a star. And at the same time, I only did that because I wanted to. It wasn't because, oh, this is my ticket to fame. Because I'm not that hungry. I got the history of McDonald's documentary that's almost 4 million views right now. And the funny thing about that video is I made that simply just to make it. When I was making that video, I wasn't thinking, oh yeah, this is going to be the one. It was just like, oh, this is neat. Oh, this is cool to make. Let's put it up. And nothing happened for like 6 months. And then all of a sudden, like everybody, it went viral. And that was awesome. That was cool. I remember being in the gym when I would start seeing, like, I would refresh my YouTube channel and there's another 100 subscribers. Like every 5 minutes I would refresh my YouTube and get another 100 subscribers. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I'm not even trying to be anything right now. I'm just throw some videos up. But then I was like, well, this is going on. People want more documentaries, so maybe I'll make some more documentaries, I guess. So I started doing that. But I still incorporated all the other stuff I was doing. And then people would see me as the documentary guy, which I was far more than that. But then I get the comments saying, "Oh, if you only stuck to documentaries, I'd subscribe." And I don't know what he would expect me to say to that. Oh no, please, please, I'll make more documentaries. Please subscribe to me. Don't subscribe to me. Oh, it broke my heart, man. Yeah, good times. Mustang Guy says, you aren't going to drink that, am I? No, nope, I haven't. Mustang Guy. I would eat a worm first, says Joshua. Yeah, I mean, I would eat a worm. They're high in protein. What's my favorite Mustang? My favorite Mustang is Mustang Sally. It's a good song. Isn't that Eric Clapton, I think? I go on these lives, then I look down, and 5 hours passed. Dang, man. Was that like that Super Size Me? No, the McDonald's documentary is just the history of the company. And I followed it all the way from the very beginning with the McDonald brothers up until today, or at the time, it was like 2021 when I made that and finished it. And then after that, I put out the history of the McRib, the history of the McDLT, the history of this, and that, like all the different products and stuff, which I only did them because they were interesting to me. I wasn't doing them to, oh man, I got to keep this ball rolling. It was just like, no, I'm doing it for me. So, and that's how it still is to this day. Do a documentary on architecture. I wouldn't, I'd maybe look into that. I do a lot of small videos too, like there's a series called That's a First that I do, where I want to just look up what was the first car, what was the first movie, what was the first photo. So I did videos of that too, and they're shorter videos, but still very interesting stuff. So, whenever I think about, what was who was the first, what was the first hamburger? Where did that come from? So that's what this whole channel is basically. It's like questions that I think about and ask myself, do research on, and I present it to the world to the best of my abilities. So Christian Devo says, you live in upstate New York, 50 minutes from New York City. That was a great movie with Michael Keaton. Oh yeah, The Founder. Yeah, that was good. I've been to New York City a handful of times. The first time I went was in 2010, and that was great. The last time I was there was 2022, I think, and I was sick. I don't know what I had, but I was sweating a lot, and I remember just like feeling like crap the whole time. But I remember we stopped by the Ghostbuster firehouse that they used in the movie. So I got some photos of that and some video of that. So that was pretty cool. That was like a dream come true for me, growing up as a kid watching Ghostbusters, finally seeing it. It's a lot smaller than I thought it was. And it's just kind of like tucked away in this alley kind of thing almost. So like how I imagined it in my head and seeing it in the movie, then seeing it in real life, it was kind of a like mind-blowing moment, but it was still cool. Josh NFL says, am I hairy? Officially it says AEU hairy. I guess I am. Sometimes I'm not compared to some people. Like I don't have hairy knuckles or anything like that. I'm kind of like, I don't know. I'm kind of slick like a seal in some places, like my arms there. Some parts of my like shins, one side is like slick and then the other's hairy. And I think it's because like pants rub up against one side of my leg to where it almost kind of takes all the hair off. It's kind of weird. Liability N. Sir, may I inquire about the bottles of urine on your shelf? Sure. What would you like to know? Inquiring is asking a question, so Ask away. Where did hamburgers start? Ish. Liability says, I'm not going to say it. I've been entertaining all these like questions and just things. I get it. Hey, liability N period 1. I get it. All right. You're having fun. Have your fun. All right. But I'm not going to answer that. Where did hamburgers start at? Well, I always want to think, like general knowledge, at least to me, was Germany, Hamburg, Germany. At least that's where they got their name. But let's do that real quick. We'll do this without me making a video. I will make a video on it, but let's just right here live. Let's do a little research here. All right, we always start the jumping page. We jump off. We get on Wikipedia and see what they say here. Okay, so Wikipedia here is just describing what a hamburger is. It's just a patty of ground beef. So a precursor to the hamburger is steak tartare, which is a seasoned ground beef patty served raw. Ugh. It's not known when the first restaurant recipe for steak tartare appeared. While not providing a clear name, the first description of steak tartare was given by Jules Verne in 1875 in his novel Michael Strogoff. Yeah, Michael Strogoff. There are certain similarities between steak tartare and the German dishes Labskaus and Met. Other similar raw chopped, blah, blah, blah. So there's a Hamburg sausage that appeared in a cookbook in 1763, which Hamburg sausage is made of minced meat with a variety of spices such as nutmeg, cloves, black pepper, garlic, salt, and usually served with toast. So that really isn't the same thing as holding a burger with buns. So let's continue on. The word sandwich was not recorded until the 18th century. Many cultures claim invention of the sandwich, but it was given its name around the year 1765 in honor of the English aristocrat John Montagu, the fourth Earl of Sandwich. Which I think sandwich is it's at least like a area on somewhere. He preferred to eat sandwiches so he could play cards without soiling his fingers. In 1840, Elizabeth Leslie Cook included a sandwich recipe in her cookbook, and it appeared in the local cuisine of the United States. Hamburg and its ports. Medieval cuisine, blah, blah, blah. During the first 19th century, most European immigrants to the New World embarked from Hamburg, Germany, and New York City was their most common destination. Restaurants in New York offered Hamburg-style American filet or even beefsteak a la hamburguese. Early American preparations of minced beef were therefore made to fit the tastes of European immigrants, evoking memories of the port of Hamburg and the world they left behind. So, let's see. It became very popular in the late 19th century, meaning the 1800s, all right? American restaurants. The Salisbury steak was made by Dr. James Salisbury. It's been used in the United States since 1897. Today, the hamburger that is known today dates from 1885 to 1904, but it's well established by the early 20th century. Yeah. God, there is so much damn lore about the hamburger. That is insane. So let's just say, yeah, the first hamburger came out as we know it today by 1885. So in 1886, that's when Coca-Cola came around. So it was like perfect union. By the late 1800s, Yeah, you got yourself a hamburger. Yeah, but yeah, America did invent the hamburger. Beast is the GOAT for bringing back Crystal Pepsi back for a little while. Yeah, he is. He definitely is. LA Beast, not Mr. Beast. LA Beast is definitely a legend in the YouTube world. And yeah, gotta love him. I didn't really get hip to LA Beast until after all the hype died down. Like, I didn't really start watching YouTube videos until, like, really watching YouTube videos until like 2017, 2018. Like, I always saw YouTube before then as like, let me watch a Bob Ross painting show, or let me watch some wacky fails or whatever. I never really followed anybody or subscribed to a personality. Like, I remember LA Beast when he drank that Crystal Pepsi and he just went blah everywhere. I was like, oh, that was kind of cool. But I never followed anybody. And it was only until like I really started, like, I couldn't sleep at night. That was the big thing. I couldn't sleep at night, had a lot of anxiety. I was in a bad spot. And but I would start like religiously watching YouTube videos to put me in a good mood. I wouldn't watch anything drama, like any, and like all these like people that would be like hype beast and trying to start drama. I would watch stuff because I had enough drama in my life. I had too much in my life. So I just wanted to watch a channel that would be enjoyable, pleasurable. I would watch like video game hacks and cheat codes and the Easter egg hunter, this guy that would look for hidden Easter eggs in video games. I would watch him a lot. I would watch recipe videos, like stuff like that. And that's how I got into like watching YouTubers and following YouTubers and video game news, because there's a lot of video game related content when it comes to YouTube. But then when I got into collecting Crystal Pepsi and stuff and soda in general, I was like, oh yeah, that one guy, LA Beast, let me watch his stuff. And that's when I started watching. And this is after all the hype had, I guess, died down. He was still doing stuff. He still does stuff to this day. But I started watching. I'm like, this guy is really cool. It's like, it made me wish I followed more people on YouTube, like back in the early 2010s. And it's funny because back then I had a YouTube channel. Like, this is my fourth or fifth YouTube channel, which you're watching on here. I had another YouTube channel back in the day that was like funny videos, some tutorial. It was a mishmash of stuff. It was like a demo version or a a mini me version of this channel. And but even then, I would just make videos, put them up, and I wouldn't follow anybody. It was just like, here's my stuff. Enjoy or don't. I'm going to go and live my life outside of the internet. And yeah, Joshua Tift, video game magazines would teach you cheat codes as well. Yeah, I remember as a kid. Tips and tricks. I still have my old tips and tricks magazines. And I I was a bad boy for this. But when I'd be at Walmart when I was a kid and I would look and find some cheat codes that I needed. This is before the internet. You couldn't go on the internet and search this stuff. Like, you had to buy the magazine. Sometimes you don't have $6 to buy the magazine. So what do? You find an empty aisle, have the magazine in hand, and you just kind of slowly rip that page out that has the cheat codes on it really quietly. Hopefully no one sees you. And you fold that bastard up and you put that in your pocket and you get home. I'm guilty of it. Hey, desperate times, desperate measures. Late 90s, money is a little hard. You're definitely not going to ask your parents to buy you a magazine like that for $5. Are you kidding me? Absolutely not. So that's what you got to do. Sometimes you'd be lucky and the cheat code would just be in the corner, so you wouldn't have to rip out the full page. So you don't feel too bad about it. You just rip off the corner part that has the cheat code on it. But most of the time, yeah, you just rip that off. Take a picture of the page with your phone. Well, back then you didn't have a phone. I got my first cell phone when I was 18, and that was in 2004. So, and even then, I didn't have a camera. I didn't have a camera phone until 2012, or no, wait, 2007. So, yeah. I don't know if a kid is well, Joshua, you probably should have known, but yeah. Like say you're a 25-year-old kid right now, you wouldn't have the idea in the timeline of when cell phones had cameras and which didn't. But yeah. Your cell phone weighed like 90 pounds. Yeah. I mean, the first cell phone my family ever had was my mom had one in 1996, 97. And the battery would be like the size of, say, this Minecraft game, and a little fatter, twice as high, and it'd be like a cartridge. You'd have to, and then you'd flip open the mouthpiece, lift up the antenna, and hold that. And the only thing that was any form of a screen was the strip that just had digital numbers. It would show you what numbers you were pressing to make the phone call. And that was that. And then when I got my cell phone, my first one in 2004, it was a blue screen that had like a Game Boy dot matrix thing on there. And it would basically tell you text messages. You had a game on there. You could play Snake on there. And yeah, it would just tell you who's calling you. There was no camera on that. It did have a flashlight, though. A pretty decent flashlight. But yeah, until I got my Motorola Razr in 2007, yeah. All the phones had that Snake game, yep. Joshua Tift, I have my niece tell me how to use certain products. Yeah, I mean, kids are smart. Well, I would say this. Kids are aware of how to use technology in the moment. I wouldn't say they're smart. They're just keen on how to do things. It's like any generation. It's like my grandma saying I'm a genius. I was a genius back in the 90s for being able to put the VCR and the channel on channel 3 to be able to play Super Mario through the Nintendo on there. Whoa, did you see what he just did? He turned the channel to 3, and then he hit play on the VCR for a second, then hit stop, and that turned the screen into the video game. Like, now, and that's like the version now where it's like, did you see that kid? He just undid the iPad and went through the settings and changed up and got on the Wi-Fi. That's the same exact thing. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, so man, this time it went by quick. 76 minutes, over an hour. You have the attention deficit thanks to the internet. Yeah, me too. Sometimes I'll wake up in the morning and naturally first thing I do is grab my phone and just start looking at things. I'm not even like trying to search for anything. I just open things up, see who liked my videos, I can't see who liked my videos. I could see how many likes my videos have, but it's like, why am I checking this? It's just going to give me like, it's not going to be it's not going to be making me feel good or anything. There's nothing beneficial about it. So that's why I'm like, I get in the habit though. I got to stop myself. Anytime I feel that urge where I want to look at my phone, it's like, no, stop that. Do something else with yourself. Do 10 push-ups. Do 20 push-ups. Do something else. Oh, hello. Hello. Someone's at the door, but yeah. Yeah, we've all become slaves to our own devices. I'm trying not to. I gotta break away from that. But our whole body is a device when you really do think about it. And we only got a certain amount of juice in that battery. So you might as well enjoy it while you can. Hotel California. I used to play that a lot at the radio station I used to work at. That song was very long. That would be the time I would play that song, and then I'd run to the bathroom, get business done. Well, guys, this is the end of the live stream. It's about 1:30. It's been real. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. And I'm going to finish it off. I'm going to try to juggle as best I can. So let's do this. It's been a while. I taught myself to juggle a few years ago during Christmas time. So let's see here. There you go. Let's try this again. Let's try to get like five successful catches. Let's see here. Ah, we did it. That's my go home cue. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Appreciate you. And no, it's not my cat's toys. My cat has everything else though under the sun. Anyways, thank you guys. The top people on this live stream: Joshua Tift. Thank you. Prince Groove showing up once again. Kinsley Cowden, thank you for showing up. You were the first one breaking my streak of breathing in the microphone. Christian Devos, Ballin415, Mr. Palad, X Churches, Roy's 8664. Yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me. It's been real. Junior Garza 91. Hi, you're new here. Thanks for hanging out. I'm getting off right now, but I will be going live again very soon. Sorry, it's just been long. I'm sweaty. I'm gonna go to sleep now, or at least try to go to sleep. But hope you have a good night and a good weekend. And to all, have a great weekend. Thanks for hanging out once again. I'm DJ Glowing Ice, and this has been a live transmission from Industrial Industries World Radio. Take it easy. Peace out. Trashylvaniac. I love that name. Bye.